My guest today is a singer-songwriter and TikTok star. Jessie Murph is in the building. And I know you can't hold your excitement any longer, so please join me in welcoming Jessie Murph to Fresh Out Live. How are you? Put it there. Jessie, Jessie, Jessie. All right, we only got 6 minutes, guys. You get there where you go nowadays? People are just like
that was
obsessed
such
with
a
you.
warm welcome, guys. Oh.
This is a great crowd right here, but thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, you got to fill me in on your backstory because I heard you're from Alabama by way of Nashville. You're born in Nashville, went to Alabama for a little bit. Now you're back in Nashville, maybe working on music. And you definitely got like the country roots, of course, of any Southern artist. But there's also a lot of hip hop to your music. How would you describe your sound?
That's a good question. Do y'all know what a snoot is? Anybody?
Snoot?
Yeah, you ever heard of one?
No, what's that?
It's a cowboy boot, but it's got a sneaker on the bottom.
Ooh.
That's what I am.
Yeah. You need to. So these exist? Snoots exist?
Yeah, I got them. I should have brought them.
You got to get a deal with a snoot brand.
I know. I got a guy.
Jessie Murph snoot.
I know.
This is incredible.
It's in the works, I'm telling you.
Well, I got to imagine, though, just growing up, they told me you're 19 years old?
I am.
So you're 19, you're growing up in that area of the country. I mean, how can you not have a hip-hop influence just growing up with Southern hip-hop like that, you know?
Yeah.
Totally. Well, so an artist that it's actually so perfect you're here while this record's out that is kind of analogous to what you're talking about is Jelly Roll, of course. Make some noise for Jelly Roll. Wild Ones is the song, of course. How did this link up happen?
I've always been a big fan of Jelly Roll, and I feel like it started through social media. Like, people would comment on my videos and be like, you should collab with Jelly Roll. And then he randomly reached out and was like, come out to my show. And so I went to his show, and I sang Simple Man with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It was super fun, super cool. And then I guess he heard Wild Ones and was like, I have an idea. And he invited me out to his show in Texas, because I had a show also that night. And then I went to the show and he did it live. It was crazy.
That's incredible.
Super last minute, but yeah.
People really gravitate towards him in the world of music just because of his transparency, his vulnerability, his openness, right? He just keeps it real. Is that what you connected with, like, just as people?
Yeah, definitely. He's also just such a genuine dude.
Totally.
Great human being. Yeah.
Now, you definitely, it's just being aware of your music, it seems like you're an artist that writes from personal experience and you've lived a lot of life. It sounds like if you do listen to lyrics of your songs, where do you draw inspiration from?
My life.
Yeah.
Yeah, just things I've been through, and I don't know. I'm very observant, so just things I see around me too.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you always the self-aware friend?
I'd say so. Yeah.
It helps as a songwriter, though, right?
It definitely does.
Yeah. Totally. Now, I also wanted to talk to you about some of these early songs, and if you don't know the backstory of Jessie, I know the fans here do, but you actually you got kind of in trouble for some of the early music. Can you tell this story?
Yeah, so I grew up in a really small town, and they just weren't having, like, I guess the things I was singing about and stuff, and I don't know, it was really motivating, though, because people telling you can't do something, you just want to do it more.
Yeah. Of course. See? And now they're still in that small town. You're in Times Square on television.
Wow,
So
yeah.
make some noise. So it's crazy, and tell me if this is just like online rumors, but I heard like you would have to like run laps and stuff at school.
Yeah, they had me running miles.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm.
Just because of what? You would like cuss in a song?
Yeah.
Don't cuss right now, we are on TV, but you would cuss in a song. You would say like bad words and then make you run laps.
Yeah, miles, dude.
Wow. And
crazy.
It was just a very small town, maybe small-minded.
Yeah, and it was also because I was a woman, which is crazy to even think about, but that was part of it, and yeah, it's your team, dude.
But you kind of make a great point, though. It's like now you look back in that, and it was probably so tumultuous at the time, and it was probably so hurtful at the time. But now you go, oh man, maybe you wouldn't be here today if you didn't have that motivation.
Definitely not.
Right.
I think spite is so motivating.
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff out of spite.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll motivate a woman for sure.
Well, whoever motivated you to sell at all of these shows, congratulations to them and you. Because this is really, really incredible. Cowboys and Angels tour, of course, is just like rock and rolling here stateside, and you're about to launch out on the European leg of it, the international leg. Have you been to Europe ever? Have you been to these cities you're going to be performing in?
I went to London one time.
Okay.
It was the best week of my life. So I'm really excited.
It's like New York. Is that like, now that you're in New York?
It's like all much cuter in New York.
Okay.
No offense. I love it here. I love it here.
Jessie really endearing herself to the locals, huh? No, it is really cool. Is there anything you're really looking forward to, just about getting overseas, seeing the world?
I think seeing all the architecture.
Mm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Are
'Cause
you like an
everything's-
architecture geek?
No, not at all. I just love the way old buildings look, and I love cobblestone, and I feel like they're about to have a lot of good cafes.
Yeah, definitely. I got to ask you if there's any new material on the way. I know, of course, you're on the road. Some artists do ride on the road, others don't. What kind of artist are you?
I haven't been riding on the road. I'm trying to take space, which I hate. I hate taking space, but I need to like live life so I can write about stuff. But I definitely miss it, but I have a lot of music in the ball, so.
Definitely. That's awesome. Well, best of luck overseas.
Thank you.
Not that you need the promo. I mean, they're selling out. But if you guys have any cousins over in Europe, let them know. Jessie's
Yeah,
coming
let
to
'em
town.
know.
And thank you so much for stopping by. We're unfortunately out of time, Jessie, but it
Thanks
really
for
means a lot
having
that
me.
you'd stop by. And of course, Wild Ones with Jelly Roll is out now. Make a round of applause for that. Thank you so much for tuning in to Fresh Out Live. I'm your host, Kevin Kenny. Jessie Murph's in the house. Have an awesome weekend.